to another episode of the Gurus Explore. Now, this is the show where we take you all around the world to some of our favourite places. And this, well, it's an absolute ripper. G'day, I'm Trevor Cochrane.
Hi, I'm Neville Passmore. So where are we? Well, this is the second largest country in the world.
It's definitely not Russia.
It's home to 33 million people.
Definitely not Australia either.
Now, they speak English as well as French here.
And we're definitely not in France.
And it's the largest producer in the world of ice wine.
And I'm certain we're not in Iceland.
You're right. So where are we?
We are, of course, in Canada. This is the eastern side, and we're standing right on top of Mount Royal, looking over the city that hosted the 1976 Olympics. Of course, in French, Montreal.
Well, let's begin our journey of discovery of eastern Canada at Niagara Falls.
One of the world's greatest natural wonders is located on the Canadian-American border. It is said that everyone should see this just once in their lifetime to appreciate its majesty and incredible natural beauty. An hour and a half's drive from Toronto, Niagara Falls is a must-see when coming to the eastern part of Canada. The falls exist because of the Niagara Escarpment, a massive rock face that runs all the way from New York State, 1,600 kilometres up here to Ontario. Now, at its highest point, it's 190 metres above sea level. The escarpment was formed 430 million years ago when it was the seabed of a tropical ocean. Scientists know this because some of the fossils that are regularly found are of creatures that are still found deep in the oceans today, like squid and other molluscs. At some point, the Earth's crust was forced upwards and the ocean bed mineralised before being compressed by ice glaciers 3 kilometres thick. When they melted, they formed huge lakes and the escarpment was gradually eroded. Today, the Niagara River, which pours over the edge of the escarpment, is fed by the Great Lakes, particularly Lake Ontario. From a tourism point of view, the towns surrounding the falls on the American and Canadian sides are bustling. They're full of entertainment and things to do, like shopping and eating in fine restaurants, not just look at a seriously huge waterfall. The falls are changing quickly. 800 years ago, there was just a single spill, but today there are two, the Horseshoe Falls and the American Falls. The changes are because the limestone rock base is rapidly eroding. That's because every minute 100,000 cubic feet of water flows over the falls. Scientists believe eventually this erosion, which sees the falls lose about a foot of rock a year, will reach Lake Ontario, where they'll be lost forever. The good news is, well, it's not going to happen for a few thousand years, so you've got no excuse not to come here and experience one of the great natural wonders of the world, all brought to you by Mother Nature.
I'm here at Pillitteri Estates Winery, makers of many varieties, including ice wine. Ice wine is an art of winemaking that Canada excels in and is the world's largest producer of this unique wine that gets its name from the unusual harvesting and manufacturing process. The grapes are left on the vines way past the normal harvesting period until the temperatures consistently drop to -8 degrees or lower, and then they're picked at night and pressed immediately. Now, what's interesting about this place is that the winemaker is an Aussie, and he goes for the Hawks, and our producer goes for the Geelong Cats. It's been an interesting shoot. They've won a whole swag of awards here at Pillitteri, and Mark is responsible for some of them. In the tasting room, he ran me through the finer details of some of the ice wine varieties, which were truly exquisite. I was certainly glad we stopped off at this place, and I'll tell you what, after a few minutes and tastings, I felt quite the connoisseur. So if you visit Niagara Falls, make sure you visit one of the wineries like Pillitteri and try the beautiful ice wine. And if you like it, you can take home a bottle or two. OK, Mike, load her up, mate. That's the stuff. Hey.
Check this out. There are 23 of these Info2Go booths strategically placed around Toronto City, each with a map unique to its location so that you can quickly orientate yourself to move on to the next area of interest. And for just $2, you can get yourself a coloured pocket-sized map to take away with you. If shopping is on your agenda, then it's good to know that the Canadian currency operates on a dollar system and that taxes will be added to the prices that are on display.
Now stay with us, because after the break, Nev shows us it's a long way to the top when you're climbing the CN Tower in Toronto. And believe me, the view is spectacular.
This is Montreal, the festival city. Now, it's a fascinating and fun place to visit. Enter our competition and you could win a trip for two to Eastern Canada and enjoy this fabulous city for yourself.
The prize has been organised by the Canada Travel Specialists at Sensational Canada and is valued at over $13,000. The tour includes airfares and 7 nights accommodation and will take the winners from Toronto to the Niagara Falls, Montreal, Quebec City and Halifax. To enter, follow the links at www.gurusexplore.tv.